What's going on, guys? You made it to the semifinals.
You got this far, and we got you.
Now we're going to give you tips and tricks to finish the job.
Tune in, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Let's get this started, baby.
Bruh, did you pour my milk? Don't do that. What's that?
I'm kind of a big deal.
You don't got the credentials.
Well, that's disrespectful.
What up? What's up? Yo, we made it this far, Milk Man. We here, baby.
Let's go.
It's another episode of the Don't Pour My Milk podcast.
Yes, sir.
Semifinals, baby. Semifinals.
We here.
Yo, we made it.
Not all of us. But we here nonetheless. I hear you.
Listen, semifinals, if they listen to us this far, we got them here. Oh,
Yeah.
We set out to do something at the beginning of the season. We got them this far. Next week is the championship, and we're going to tell you how to get there. Right?
Let's introduce ourselves first.
I was getting there, bro.
My bad. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just so used to
Turn
the...
around.
Yeah.
I know my role. So let me introduce myself. They call me Mr. Knockout Fantasy Football, and I got my dude to the side.
It's your boy O. You already know. Follow me down below. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Listen, semifinals. I never repeat that. It's fantasy football week. This is right before the championship, baby.
Right before the championship, man.
And I just feel like we got to keep on giving like the know-how, what we do on a regular basis to keep our teams in that top echelon.
So basically, you gotta act like you've been here before.
I mean, I'm here right now, so I'm doing what I do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the rest of us is just a part of the audience at this point, right?
Listen, some people are out there, and we understand fantasy has like its hiccups, right?
It happens. It
You know
happens
what
to
I'm
the best
saying?
of us.
It does. But right now, there's things to look for, and that's what we're gonna kind of focus on this entire episode on. We're gonna put some stuff out there. Make sure you know not to panic. List it out. Give you 5 tips, tricks on what you should be doing. You ready for that?
The tips and tricks.
Tips, tricks. Finish the job, baby. Finish the job. It's what we do.
Yeah, man. I like the voice change though. The tips and the tricks.
Yo, man, it's what we do. You know, we add the flavor to it, we make it a little different.
Yo,
Keep it
cat,
spicy
man.
sometimes.
Yo, cat, man.
Caliente.
You used to
We
take
hot.
drama classes, B?
My drama classroom is my haven. It's where I come alive. Welcome to Mr. G's room, G's room, G's room. Welcome to Mr. G's room. Come inside.
I did. I ain't gonna lie, I did. You know what I mean? I
You was in
listening.
the school of
I was
gifted?
listening. It was tough because I played sports, but then I wanted to do like, I want to be a thespian. You know what I'm saying?
A what?
Why you always looking? Why did you stop?
Nah, you said the right word.
I know.
I know. That's being, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're always on that level, but it's all good. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's talk about the tips and the
Call
tricks.
me Denzel up in this mofo. You know what I'm saying?
Who you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. But we're gonna start it off. What's the first one you want to talk about? What you want to tell them what not to do?
Don't play yourself.
Don't play yourself.
And guess what? A lot of people got a lot of
Congratulations, you played yourself.
throughout the season, but this is not the time
It's not.
in the season
not.
to play yourself.
It's not.
So what should we do at this point not to play ourselves, Cat?
Listen.
Because it's very easy to play yourself.
Yeah. You're a veteran right now. You made it this far.
Yeah.
So you're a veteran to the game.
Yeah.
You kept some players on your team that you've been hoping for on your bench to come to fruition, right?
Right.
That hope has garnered you towards every week doing what you got to do, picking up players, going over here, going over there. Don't hope no more, all right? Don't plug in players and hope.
So it's not about narratives anymore.
It's not about that. Don't play yourself. It's not. It's not. It's not about the narrative that you built up. All right, now I got to do this to make myself win. This player has been eating his Wheaties every day, and I know I read this report that I got to play him and put him as my starter running back because today's going to be a sunny day, and he's a Sagittarius.
I like that. I like the Sag bar. But yo, it's like a relationship, right?
Yeah.
There comes a time and place, right, in every relationship where you can't go off of potential anymore.
Yep.
If you've been with a guy, right, ladies, been with a guy, and he's been telling you about his business plan for 10 years, you want to get married, and you realize that the guy hasn't won in any interviews, the guy hasn't written any business plan, the guy is playing PlayStation all day, and it's time for you to reevaluate this guy's potential, yeah, and cut him.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about that later, right?
Yeah, we will. That's a part of it. All right. So listen, don't play yourself. All right. That's tip number 1.
Don't ever play yourself. Don't ever play yourself. Don't ever play yourself.
Yeah, don't play yourself. Let's really break it down though, right? Because playing yourself can mean a lot of things. So are we playing the starters? Are we not? We're not going off of potential anymore. We're not going off of hope. What is it that you don't want these people to do that encompasses this? Do not play yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example.
I'll
Right?
give you a good example because mine's the hit.
You got the number. Don't play yourself means the numbers are what they are.
Right.
If you had a player like, let's say Allen Robinson, right? And because Allen Robinson was a highly touted player, you still think he has viability,
Right.
right? He may have like a big game coming up. You never know.
So he's not trustworthy.
Don't play yourself. You haven't played Allen Robinson since week 3, knowing that he didn't have like a quarterback to get him the ball. And when they actually were throwing the ball, he wasn't the one receiving it, right?
See, but this is the thing.
The numbers are what they are.
But this is the thing. This is a little confusing to our constituents, right? Is it a situation of we're not? This is okay. In this instance, we're not saying don't play matchups, right? We're saying if you have a player that hasn't been consistent throughout the year, right? Do not try to put that player in your championship run.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't do. If you couldn't trust him all year, don't trust him now in the biggest moment. That's what you
100%.
mean, right?
That's exactly what I mean.
Okay, you can play matchups if you need to,
And you're looking at the numbers
and you're looking at the numbers.
to see where it's trending.
There you
But
go.
you're not building up narratives. This goes on to the next one.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at you.
You got to look inward for this one.
Don't outsmart yourself. Right? It kind of lends to the same thing. You had a stud that got you to this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's been studying. He's been there.
How you been studying?
I don't know. I just made that word up. He been studying. He got you there. And then you get this like kind of like doubt in your mind.
But it happens to all of us, though.
I know
Kat.
it does.
You ever had that inclination like, yo, someone's like, yo, bro, I should pick up this too.
I know. It does.
I have a feeling because you know what always happens is like hindsight is always 20/20, right?
Yeah, it
There's
is.
always that one player that you see. I remember the week that I could have picked up Tua, right? He would have won me that game. And then hindsight being 20/20, I was like, damn, yo, if I had Tua, I would have won.
Nah.
But sometimes you have that inclination, like, let me pick up
No.
Uzama.
Always play your studs, period.
There you go.
That's it. You can't just don't outsmart yourself. Don't think again. Don't build this stuff up. Right. It goes to number 1. Don't build up a narrative that doesn't make any sense. Right. So I don't want people out there saying to themselves that I have this stud, and then all of a sudden they change like some part of the offense and whatever team your stud is on.
Let's
and you
give
can't play that
let's
player.
give specifics, right? Like this is a classic case of tinkering, right?
Yeah, it is.
And we all tinker
We do.
because now our lineups are sure, right?
Yep.
We don't really have nothing potential on our benches, and now we're like, okay, it's do or die. Every game counts, right?
Yep.
So you're like, okay, should I put in this guy because he had a good matchup last week? You know, should you go on the trends? Should you go off the numbers? Should you go off the gut? Just don't play yourself, bro. And don't outsmart yourself at this point, right?
Don't outsmart yourself. Stick with what you know. Grass is always greener. That doesn't work in real life either.
I'll tell you this, right? I'll tell you this, and I'll tell this to all the fans, right?
I'm telling you right now.
Everything that I do in fantasy at this point, Cap, is to be able to sleep at night. Yo, you think it's a joke? Listen, I have come to terms with that. I went on an early vacation.
It's all good,
right?
man.
I built them.
We got one half of the show still in. All right? We got one half of the
we rooting for you, bro.
We doing it.
We rooting
man.
for you. But here's the thing. I'm able to sleep at night.
Yo, you rocked with your squad. Injuries happen. You had a
injury bug.
You had a woe
touched me.
season.
Like it really.
Every position. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Every position on your squad got hurt. Like
Yeah.
it was tough to watch.
It got groped a couple times.
Yeah.
Touched.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't nice.
It wasn't.
The injury bug touched the heck out of my team this year, man.
Yeah, but it happens.
Yeah.
No matter what type of
We don't cry over
research,
spilled milk,
yeah,
pun intended. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna move forward and be smart
exactly
for the next thing.
And all I was going to tell the milkman out there was that no matter what type of research you do, you can't prevent injuries, right? They're going to happen. You're going to have some freakish ones. So don't think that you're not doing the right thing. Stick with what you know. Keep moving forward. All right?
It happens to the best of us.
So to get to the next tip, it's called cut them. Cut it. Cut it.
Hey.
Cut it.
Hey.
Cut it. Hey, cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Yeah.
We gotta chill out with the, you know, that's copyrighted. So you can't.
I can't do that for real?
No, we can't do cut it.
For real?
I mean, you could, but they gotta pay us. You know what I'm saying?
We can't have like the beat come on a little bit, like a cover.
Let me see the dance again. Let me see if we can do it.
Cut it, cut it, cut it.
Nah, I can't. We can't do it. But let me see one more time. Just one more time.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. Hey,
Yeah, still a no. Still a no. So moving along to the. Nah, go ahead, Cat. So cut them. I agree with this.
Yeah,
And I disagree with it at the same time.
yeah.
Do you know why?
I do not know why.
Here's why I believe you should cut. Trim the fat. I'm listen, every year, right, around week 10 to 13, right? And this year to 14, right? I already have my consolidated players. That's after the trade deadline. That's after everything that you can do, right? I have my consolidated players. So I already know who I'm going into battle with. Only reason why I have a bench is because of injuries. I know who my starters are going to be. I am not a matchup guy. I'm a guy I've traded to consolidate this player because that's going to be my starting wide receiver, running back, quarterback, tight end, defense, and all of that.
I hear you.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm not in the business of playing matchups, right? The problem I have with cutting is because I'm so good at collecting gems. If I start cutting people just because I might have an injury or something like that, I'm going to start giving it to like the bottom feeders, bro.
Nah. So I said cut it, but you got to be smart with the cutting.
Okay,
right?
talk to me.
You have to look at the landscape of who you're playing against, right? And who's in the playoffs at each particular round. We're in the semifinals now. So there's only 4 teams out there.
So there's only 4 teams. So you got to cut the players based on who
what
needs.
they. Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
There's 3 other managers out there that can actually hurt you.
Right.
So look at their teams, understand like who they have, and like if I'm cutting someone that's only going to be like dead weight to them, that's not a better player that they have in their starters. I don't care, and I'm also needing room on my bench to take players that they need. Right, so I have to what we told them before a few episodes ago was we got to play chess, not checkers, and understand what's gonna hurt them. Like there's sometimes you can dangle bait out there and hurt a manager,
Okay,
who's too greedy and doesn't know what they're doing.
Okay, But
So-
I respect what you just said, right?
Yep, yep.
But there's a certain element to this if you're in our particular league, right? Because we are in a keeper league,
Yeah.
right? So, for example, like you had like Elijah Moore,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That might be a keeper next year,
Yeah, I know.
right?
It's the only reason I still got him.
But he's hurt,
Yeah, I know.
right? So is he somebody that if you weren't playing in the keeper league, that's somebody I would drop because he's not going to be viable for any of the managers that's left.
I don't know that though. So here's my thing. Because he had that little piece of like 1 week that he may come back. That's what's holding me back, right?
Right.
So I didn't know whether or not I should have gotten rid of him at that particular
But you would
time.
know in the semifinals, you would know if he's available for the manager next week or this week. And you're not worried about next week in the semifinals. You're worried about this week.
All I'm saying is that look at the nuances of your league and do not keep players on your squad that you do not need.
Right.
If you don't need them and if you drop them and it doesn't do anything, we suggest, and I believe you agree with me, that if you're out of the playoff race, your teams are locked, right? For most leagues.
Yeah,
right?
most leagues, most sensible managers and good commissioners like me, we lock
lock
everybody.
the players who have nothing to do with it and let
Right.
the players who are in it play.
So I guess that's the case. But in a keeper league, you don't want to drop him anyway because once you drop him, he's not on your team anymore for you to pick up next year.
yeah, no, I
So-
get that point. Nuances of your
Cut him
league
if
matter.
he's dead weight. Hold him if you're in a keeper league, right?
Cut him.
So let's go to our fourth part, which is be smart.
You gotta be smart.
I mean, I think that's a given.
It's
Can
not.
you be a little bit more? Can you give us a little bit more on this episode?
I mean, the biggest part of fantasy is understanding what you're working with, right? If I'm an 8th seed
Right.
and I made it to the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
and I snuck in there and now I'm going against like a high honcho numero uno dude,
Sounds like a
you got-
familiar thing.
you gotta play your big dog. You gotta swing for the fences, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a number 1 seed going against someone who's a lower seed, don't do that. Stick with what got you there. Play those floor players that you know you're gonna get your base points off of.
Right. Stop right there. Listen.
Aha.
Oh,
Aha.
what you got?
You forgot the spoon. Listen, this is my biggest thing. That was it's an Eddie Murphy reference from Coming to America.
Yeah, I know.
You remember that?
I got you, dog.
Sure? I don't have to put it here. No? Okay. So this is why I say you forgot this spoon, right?
Uh-huh.
You said to be smart.
Yep.
And you're assuming that the person in first place is the head honcho because they have the best record. And the person in 8th place is limped into the playoffs. Let me give you a perfect example. That's history lessons, right?
Yeah.
History time. So last year, right, there was a person in first place. Forgot who it was. I think it was you. And there was a person that snuck into the playoffs. I think, that was me. Yeah, that was me.
You really gonna bring that up, huh?
And
Oh.
listen, this is all I got to do at this point. I mean, I'm home. I'm fishing. Can I have this
Go ahead.
walk down memory lane
Go ahead.
to reminisce and talk about my nostalgia?
Yeah.
All right. So there was this guy. He was a big bad wolf, right? Everybody was scared of him. He was in first place. I think he lost one game that year. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that time when you lost?
Yeah.
I think that was the first game too.
Seems like-
so he was like on a 12-game
I
winning
feel like
streak.
this is a personal attack. I'm just putting that out there.
And you started talking spicy, and I was like, "Why are you pick?" I said, "Why are you bullying me?"
Being bullied isn't fun. That's why it's important for you, all of us, to become street smart.
Bully smart.
For kids.
I was not bullying you.
Anti-bullying, guys.
I did not even
I
want to
subscribe
play you.
anti-bullying. He was bullying me. He beat me when I listen, you beat me when I needed a win.
Yeah.
So I had to do what I had to do
And
I was smart.
I have fun doing it too.
And let me tell you something, right? I know they say revenge is not for you. But oh my God. You ever had what's that gazpacho soup?
No, you wasn't eating soup. You was eating ice cream, laying down by the fire.
It was very
right after you beat me.
served very cold to knock the number one guy out the first round, and it was so sweet. So you was a one and done. You was like a Duke player. Or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying?
He is going in on me.
No, you've been the one and done. I hope this year, Cat, we're not going. We're not
That's
gonna.
spicy.
Cat, come
Yo,
on, like
you know,
you making. I'm just giving a history lesson.
Can I just say something? It's a history lesson, but I just want to. You always get confronted by the people who watching TV out the window in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the playoffs right now, and then
let me tell you something. My mom and dad gave me a story of being in Nigeria in the 1960s. Talking about there was one person in their whole neighborhood that had a TV, and everybody watched it from outside.
Yeah,
so it's okay. There's something to that. It's history.
Man.
But listen, Kat, all I'm gonna say is that don't assume, right? And you guys out there should never assume that just because the 8th place team has a worse record that they don't have a strong team, because you have to pay attention to you as a first placer. Should be smart,
but
right?
I got
and
you.
pay attention to the team, because that team could be hitting on all cylinders.
But I'm saying pay attention to your team as well, right?
Okay.
If you know you made it there by like the skin of your teeth, right? There's some folks who don't belong in the playoffs who make it in there because of matchups they had in the past.
Are you saying
right?
that because of the 8th spot this year?
Nah, I'm not even.
And it's not a
into
personal attack on Mr. Kels? Okay. I'm just saying because you and him got y'all beef.
I'm not, but some people did.
All
like,
right.
You'll make it in like a spot like the number 3 spot, but knowing that or you'll be in the number 1 spot, and knowing that your matchups got you there.
Okay.
Play those players that are going to get you the points, right? If you know you're playing against a weaker opponent who can't really match up, who is swinging for the fences, don't do the same thing and hurt yourself. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is be smart.
Okay.
That's it.
But this is listen, be smart, very important. Yeah. But this is the best part.
This is the best part.
And is the last part.
It's the last part.
You're a game away.
From the chip.
Tokyo.
You got a Tokyo smack, baby.
I didn't want to say the other S word.
I was going to say, because I talk smack.
Yeah, you Thursday night SmackDown over
here. That's what I be doing. I'm Thursday night SmackDown. I be in there. I be in the chat room, baby. I be talking about smack. I be talking about
But
smack.
here's the thing.
I be talking about smack.
You know what it is? You deserve it, bro.
I thank you.
You know, I've seen you this year build some crazy teams, man.
I'm trying.
You know, and I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting there like a proud dad, like, that's my boy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. So, and I was like, this is the mark of, like, a good artist would say to you, like, to another artist, that you know a good song when you hear it, when you wish you wrote that song. So when I see your teams in some of these leagues, man,
I'm trying.
I'm like, damn, I wish I built that type of team.
I'm trying, though.
Another one. I don't give too many of these.
I'm trying.
But talk your smack, have your fun. Don't forget what fantasy is really about.
Exactly.
It's about camaraderie. It's about talking to your friends and having a good time out there. You made it this far. Hope you win your league. And Kat, send us out, man.
Yo, we got the show ready for you. Semifinals, do your thing. Yo, we do what we do like we doing it for TV, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we made it to another episode. We're almost done for the fantasy season, bro.
Yo, I'm tearing up over here, man. I feel like it's like the series finale over here, man.
It's not yet. Not yet.
We got one more episode, man.
We made it this far. I think we did a great job. And if you listen to us, especially for this semifinal episode, you'll be great. All right? Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the podcast. We are out of here. Peace.
Easy.